Dead Hungry review for the PlayStation VR. Let's begin! First up, let's take a look at the gameplay. In this game you're a chef preparing meals for zombies that are coming towards your van. You chuck food at the zombies to deplete their hunger bar. You need to do this before they reach you, otherwise they will eventually kill you. Fully feeding a zombie turns them back into a human and they leave you alone. At your disposal to feed these brain eaters are burgers, chips, pizzas and shrimps. You place or chuck them in the appropriate cooking appliance and then they begin to cook. They all have a certain time before they are ready for serving, so you will need to get used to each one's time. You can chuck raw food at the zombies, but their hunger bar doesn't go down much at all. The real aim is to build big towers of food on the burger buns found in front of you, which will deplete the zombie's hunger bar in bigger chunks. You can add burger toppings too, which don't require cooking. Cheese, lettuce and tomatoes are there to help you with your burger tower, and also anything else you can find around you. Making a crazy burger with towels or a tomato sauce bottle is not only comical, but it's also a great help if your food is taking a while to cook. You can also make drinks, which you will want to be constantly doing and stocking up on, as when these are given to the zombies, they will briefly stop moving to drink them. Different zombies have larger or smaller appetites, so keeping an eye on who is coming next and making the right size burger for them really does help a lot. Especially if there is a zombie on fire on their way, they need to have a drink first before you can feed them. This game doesn't ease you into its gameplay at all, even though there is a brief tutorial. It is quite a hard game, especially at the beginning. On each stage you can earn 3 stars. Achieving all 3 gives you an extra item in your fan. Some are quite powerful and can only be used once. If you do use it and want the item again, you can replay a level to receive it again. Stocking up on these is a good idea for levels later on in the game, because they are quite difficult. Different stages offer new types of challenges, such as zombies' movement speeds increase, and cooking times for ingredients change. This does affect the game quite a bit, as you do get into a rhythm with the cooking times and then have to learn a new one. Surprisingly, it does change the gameplay up quite a bit. There are some boss battles in the game and they are quite intense, but it is the same one, just more difficult each time. Now let's take a look at how immersive this game is. Everything is very sharp and crystal clear. Grabbing objects feels amazing and you really are one with your hands, and the kitchen really does become your own work area. You really have an amazing understanding after a few stages of where everything is, and you start chucking stuff to its correct location very quickly. I can't express how much it feels like you really are in this van. I was grabbing a slice of cheese with one hand and in the other opening the cooker door, ready for putting a pizza in. You really do multitask a lot and it feels amazing. You can pull the fryer handle up to fling a cooked pack of chips up into the air and then grab them as gravity brings them back down. It's probably not the most efficient way to get them to the zombies, as you have to place the fryer back into the oil again to cook a new batch of chips. But it feels so cool doing the movements that you're likely to do it anyway. There is only one location that you'll be serving food in. It would have been nice to have some variation in the environments. The sound is great and helps greatly with the gameplay elements. For example, you'll hear burgers sizzling when they begin to burn, and when a pizza is done, the oven will beep. It really is immersive and adds to the intensity of the game. The bosses shout at you and they really are crazy, and to be honest quite creepy. Just listen to this.
I'm coming for you.
Oh no. They're coming for me. The music does get repetitive, but you can change the music that is played on the radio by inserting another tape, but you will most likely just end up feeding it to a zombie. You can also just turn the music off in the options menu if you want to. The music that occurs during the boss battles is quite catchy, and I almost stopped to dance. Dum 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 dum. Now let's take a look at the setup and what controllers the game supports. I played this game in a standing position just over 2 meters away from the camera. You absolutely have to stand for this game, as you'll need to reach up and low down to grab all of the items. You also need a big space to the left and right of you. The head tracking was great and at no point did I get motion sickness. As you can see, this is a very energetic game. If you don't like a good workout with your VR games, simply put, this game isn't for you. This game can only be played with 2 move controllers. The DualShock and 1 move controller are not supported. Some of the items are behind you. Sometimes when you need to grab them, the PlayStation camera has trouble seeing the move controller behind your body. Even though you need to be quick in this game, and it can be a bit of an annoyance, it really isn't a deal breaker. Now let's take a look at the length of the game and what trophies come with it. In total there are 30 stages for you to beat. It took me a little over 3 hours to reach the final stage, but the stage is incredibly hard and it does involve a boss. You will need to save up some extra items for beating levels with 3 stars if you want to beat the final stage, which could be quite time consuming and, for completionists, a bit annoying. In total there are 21 trophies that can be achieved. There is 7 bronze, 4 silver, 9 gold, and 1 platinum. I had 50% of trophies when I reached the final stage. You will need to make a certain type of burger with items for some trophies, and will also need 3 stars in all the levels to get that shiny platinum. And now it's time for the verdict. The gameplay is fast and very fluid, and how precise the move controllers are certainly feels similar to games like I Expect You to Die and Job Simulator, but unlike them games, you will be sweating a lot after only 3 or 4 stages. I really did have fun cooking in this game, and I don't recommend playing on an empty stomach. The sounds of being cooked and virtually holding burgers can make you quite hungry. If you don't like perfecting your skills in games, this may not be for you, as it can become quite repetitive, and the only real reward is becoming faster at cooking. Personally, I found it very satisfying to beat a level when I thought I'd never do it. You really are getting exactly what you see with this game. If you like the looks of it and think the wacky scenario would be fun to experience, then I certainly think you'll have a fun time feeding these brain dead humans. It really does make a change from other zombie games where they feed on you. I give Dead Hungry a score of 8 out of 10. At first I did think this game would get boring quickly, because of its repetitive nature, and it does get a bit tedious near the end, but I was pleasantly surprised by how much fun I had. If you enjoyed this review and found it helpful, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe for more PlayStation VR content.